Hello and welcome to Flipbook Fables, where stories come to life. Here, we bring you beautiful, exciting, and heartwarming animations that will captivate your imagination. Whether you're here for a thrilling adventure, a touching tale, or a bit of fun, we've got something special for everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like your favorite videos, and leave a comment. We love hearing from you. Join us on this magical journey, and let's create unforgettable stories together. Thank you for watching, and welcome to the Flipbook Fables family.
Kemi Adedayo stood in her mother's living room, the early morning light filtering through the lace curtains. Her small apartment in Surulere was neat, but bore the marks of a simple life. Well-worn furniture, a few family photographs on the walls, and a small bookshelf crammed with old novels. The knock on her door was unexpected, sharp and insistent. Opening the door, Kemi was shocked to see Kemi Adedayo standing there, dressed impeccably in a tailored white pantsuit, a designer bag slung casually over her shoulder. She exuded a cold elegance. Her perfectly coiffed hair and striking red lipstick contrasted sharply with the simplicity of her surroundings. Kemi Adedayo's voice trembled with surprise. "What are you doing here? How did you get my address?" A sly smile played on the other Kemi's lips. "I have my ways," she said smoothly, stepping inside without waiting for an invitation. Adedayo felt a chill run down her spine as she shut the door. The two women faced each other, the tension in the room palpable. Kemi Adedayo wasted no time. "I'm here to make you an offer," she began, her voice devoid of warmth. 50 million naira, that is what I'm willing to pay you. You'll give birth to the child, hand it over to me, and disappear from our lives forever." Kemi Adedayo's eyes widened in shock, her face turning pale. "What?" she whispered, her voice cracking. "You think you can buy my baby? Do you think I'm that kind of person?" Kemi Adedayo's expression remained impassive. "This is not about you. Do you know whose child you are carrying? This is for your safety, and most importantly, it's about securing the future of this child. With me, the baby will have everything: wealth, comfort, status, and you'll be compensated generously. It's a win-win." Anger surged through Kemi Adedayo. She took a step back, her hands trembling. "Get out of my house," she said, her voice rising. "Get out and never come back." The other Kemi remained unfazed, adjusting the sleeve of her suit as if brushing off the outburst. "Think about it," she said coolly. "This is your chance to do something right for the child. 50 million. Take it or leave it." "I said get out!" Kemi Adedayo screamed, pointing to the door, tears welling up in her eyes. With a dismissive shrug, Kemi Adedayo turned on her heel and walked out, leaving behind an atmosphere thick with tension. The door closed with a quiet click, and Adedayo sank on her knees, sobbing uncontrollably. Later that evening, Kemi Adedayo mustered the courage to call her boyfriend Tunde. She needed someone to lean on, someone who would understand. But Tunde's reaction was far from what she hoped for. "You did what?" he yelled over the phone. "You went behind my back to be with another man? After 3 years of waiting? No sex, and this is how you repay me?" "Tunde, it's not what you think," she pleaded, her voice desperate. "I didn't plan for any of this to happen. Please listen to me." But Tunde was livid. "You are a liar, Kemi. I trusted you, and you betrayed me. We are done." He hung up, leaving her devastated. Unable to bear the weight of her secret alone, Kemi finally confided in her mother. The older woman who lived in a small village was shocked and distraught. "You must abort that child," her mother said sternly over the phone. "You will not bring shame to this family." Kemi's heart ached. Mama, you taught us to stay true to our principles. I can't kill an innocent child. I won't. Her mother sighed deeply, unable to argue further, but clearly disappointed. Then you are on your own, Kemi. May God help you. Kemi stared at the phone in her hand in disbelief. Did her mother just hang up on her? She thought as tears began to flow again. Days turned into weeks, and Kemi's life grew increasingly difficult. She knew the whispers would start soon. She was the choir mistress at her church, a role model for many. How could she face her pastor, her congregation, the young choristers who look up to her? One Sunday, she decided to step down from her position after the service. She approached the pastor, her heart heavy. I need to resign as choir mistress, she said quietly. The pastor looked concerned. Why, Sister Kemi? Is everything alright? She couldn't bring herself to explain. It's personal, sir, she mumbled, tears threatening to spill. Please understand me, sir. Meanwhile, Kemi Adedayo was relentless. She sent her lawyer repeatedly, each time with a new offer, trying to convince Adedayo to become a surrogate and relinquish the baby. But Kemi couldn't fathom giving birth to a child and then abandoning it. Amidst this turmoil, Rotimi Olubankole remained conspicuously absent. He hadn't called or visited. The silence was deafening. One afternoon, while Kemi was on her way to the market, two black SUVs pulled up, one in front of her and the other behind. Her heart pounded as she tried to escape, but before she could react, two bodyguards stepped out and approached her. Miss Adedayo, one of them said politely, but firmly opened the door to the second car. Please, come with us. Fear gripped her, but she realized she had no choice. She climbed into the car, her hands trembling. She sat nervously in the plush interior of the sleek black car. The scent of expensive leather mixed with the faint musky aroma of Rotimi Daniels Olubankole's cologne. He looked every bit of the powerful businessman he was. His wash, gleaming under the soft interior light, hinted at his luxurious brand. Rotimi's face was calm, but his dark eyes carried a weight that made Kemi uneasy. She fidgeted, her fingers clenching and unclenching her purse as she avoided his gaze. The silence in the car was suffocating. The hum of the air conditioner did little to calm her nerves. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Rotimi broke the silence. His voice was smooth but firm, carrying a tone that left no room for argument. Kemi, he began, I have two propositions for you, and I suggest you choose wisely. Kemi's breath hitched. She turned to face him, her heart pounding. Rotimi continued, his tone even deliberate. First option, I send you out of the country. You give birth to the child. I won't take the child from you, but I'll be involved in its life. You will sign an NDA, no links to me publicly. Your needs will be met. Kemi's eyes widened, but Rotimi wasn't finished. Second option, you go to a safe place. You give birth, hand over the child, and I pay you 100 million for your trouble. Kemi's hands trembled as anger and disbelief flooded her. You think you can buy me off like some cheap commodity, she spat, her voice rising with indignation. I am not selling my child. Rotimi's expression remained unchanged. He leaned back, adjusting the cufflinks on his sleeves. I suggest you think about it, Kemi. Soon, eyes will be on you. The backlash of carrying my child will be more than you can handle. Kemi's jaw tightened. She reached for the door handle, ready to leave, but Rotimi's next words stopped her. This child may be the only one I ever father. I would gamble with his future. Her eyes filled with tears and she blinked them back. I don't care about your money or your reputation. I won't do this, she whispered, her voice breaking. As she opened the door, Rotimi's final words hung in the air. Whether it's you or my fiancé who gives birth to my child, I care less. For all I know, she's as corny and cold as they come. Think about my offer, Kemi. He handed her a sleek business card. You know how to reach me. Kemi didn't look back as she stumbled out of the car, tears streaming down her face. 2 days later, Rotimi paced his office, his mind relentless. No call from Kemi, no message. He felt a nagging unease. Deji, his best friend, leaned against the desk, trying to reassure him. Relax, Rotimi. It's been only 2 days. She needs time to think about it. This is a big decision. Rotimi sighed, rubbing his temples. I know, but something doesn't feel right. Unknown to them, Kemi was making her own plans. She had started selling her belongings, determined to leave Surulere and to start afresh in Ibadan. She wanted a new life, away from the shadows of Rotimi and the chaos surrounding her. One evening, as Kemi stepped out to satisfy her cravings for snacks, she noticed 2 men approaching her. Their intent was clear. Panic surged through her, but before they could grab her, a figure emerged from the shadows. Femi, the bodyguard Rotimi had secretly assigned to watch over her, sprang into action. In swift, calculated moves, he fought off the would-be abductors. Kemi's adrenaline carried her until the men fled. But the shock was too much. She fainted in Femi's hands. Without wasting a second, Femi carried her to his car and rushed her to the nearest hospital. As soon as they arrived, he pulled out his phone and called Rotimi. Sir, there has been an incident, Femi reported, his voice urgent. Kemi was nearly abducted. She is safe now, but she fainted. We are at St. Mary's Hospital. Rotimi's heart sank. He was having dinner with Deji and his aunt, but he didn't hesitate. We are on our way, he said, grabbing his coat. Deji followed him immediately, concern etched on his face. Let's go. At the hospital, Rotimi found Kemi in a private room, her face pale but peaceful as she rested. Femi stood by the door, his stance protective. Rotimi approached her bedside, his heart heavy with guilt. He gently took her hand, whispering, I'm sorry, Kemi. I never wanted this for you. As Deji watched, he realized that for all Rotimi's power and wealth, his heart was tangled in a battle far more complex than business deals or fortunes.